Hi guys, if you've been following my breakfast good morning videos, you'll have seen my cat running on lime juice, butterfly running on a rhubarb, snowman running on water, and a few other things. Anyway, the cat, or at least the lime juice, eats through the magnesium plate that I put in there very quickly. The other plate is copper. What I tried doing recently was using a carbon rod straight out of one of the zinc carbon batteries. The zinc comes from the case of the battery and the carbon comes from the middle of it. It was working, but it's still eating the zinc plates. I was using magnesium, but it ate them in a matter of hours. Anyway, long story short, I've just connected up the carbon rod and the copper plate that was in use originally. And I'm quite impressed to see I have got voltage, not a lot, but we're on the 2-volt scale. If we go on the 200 millivolts, we've got 61 millivolts between the copper and the carbon. And that's calling the carbon the positive and the copper the negative. I just thought that was interesting. I don't think that's anything like enough voltage to actually make the cat run. I just thought it was interesting that normally I use the copper as the positive plate and the zinc as the negative. But what we're doing here is copper as the negative and carbon as the positive. I'll connect the cat up. So I don't expect it to actually run. Oh, no, hang on. I have still got the cat connected up. I thought I'd disconnected it. Oh, well, that tells us straight away then it's not running. Yeah. But that's going up slowly. I disconnect the cat, which is what I thought I had done. It goes up a little bit further. 0.67. We need about 1.8 volts, not 0.7 of a millivolt. Sorry, 0.07 volts is what we've got there, or 0.069. So 69 millivolts, we need about 1 point something volts. So nothing like enough, but a demonstration of, I can't think what they call it. I'll put a note at the top of the screen. Oh, galvanic cells is what we're talking about. After Lord Galvin, I think. Yeah, it's still going up. We need 10 times that at the least. But it's something. Well, this is not what I intended to be doing at all, but this is fascinating. That is still rising. That's gone up to 0.1 of a volt. So something's happening in there. The acid is attacking one of the metals or the carbon, and the voltage is slowly increasing. What I was going to do was stick a bit of zinc-coated garden wire in there to replace the negative electrode. But I might just leave that for a little bit longer, see how far it goes. I can't explain what's happening there. But that voltage is slowly rising. I've left the cat in circuit, so that should be draining it away. But it's not. It's going the other way. That's picking up. Right, it was 4:43 on that clock when we were looking earlier. It's now 7:06. So that's 5, 6. That's over a couple of hours I've left it. And if we can get the light in the right position, yeah, we've got 0.22 volts now, or 0.2 of a volt. I am quite surprised. Did I just knock it, or is he actually moving on his own? That's moving on its own. I didn't expect that. 0.22 of a volt is really well, I mean, it's hardly moving, let's be honest, but he's definitely twitching. I did not expect this to happen at all. The difference between carbon and copper on the galvanic table is tiny. But that is definitely moving. And so it shouldn't be moving on that level of voltage. 0.2 of a volt. Well, I had fully intended, as I said, to replace the electrodes with this bit of zinc plated wire, garden wire, just to see how long it lasted for, but I think I'll leave this a bit longer. Well, I've left it a bit longer, as you can see by the time there, and it's dropping back again now. So we were up around 0.2 of a volt, and we've gone back down to 0.16, so nowhere near enough to actually make this fella run. So I'm going to replace one of the electrodes with this bit of galvanized garden wire. Galvanized means it's coated with zinc. So we'll stick it in. Actually, I'll leave the carbon rod in there, and we'll replace the copper, which is normally the positive when I'm doing these. But at the moment it was the negative compared to the copper, to the carbon rod. So we'll stick this in here instead. Ignore the fact that he's rocking, so I just hit him, that's why he's rocking. Connect him to there. Let's see what voltage that says. Well, better. 0.7. If you missed the beginning of the video, the reason I'm doing all this is the lime juice that we got in there is very acidic, and it eats through the zinc electrodes that I've been using very quickly, certainly within a day. I just thought I'd see whether the galvanized wire does the job. Well, doesn't look particularly good. If we disconnect the cat, see what it is without load. That's going up. So that's no load. And if we put that back on again, that'll drop away again a bit. Let's move the camera up a little bit. Just so we can see his arm is rocking. I'll just swap the carbon plate again. Actually, let's just try that like that. Is that any better? That's about 0.88. It goes up and down because the circuit in there draws current intermittently. So when it's drawing current, that drops down, and then it goes back up again when it stops. But let's just swap that for the copper plate and see how that reads. So take the carbon rod out, put that in there for safekeeping. Copper plate back in again. See what that reads without load. That's not very impressive because it's got to soak a bit. That's not very impressive. I'll just go and clean it. Right, nicely shined up. No difference. So it looks like it does better with the carbon than it does with that copper. But the carbon's got a bigger surface area, so we might be getting a better current flow. Because he seems to be rocking better, doesn't he? Yeah, I'll leave it like that. Copper and galvanized wire, and see how long the galvanized wire lasts for. The wire itself will still be there, but the galvanized coating will get stripped off. That's what happened to that nail. The shiny stuff was stripped off and left with whatever's underneath, some sort of steel, I expect. That'll do for today, I think. That's gone on long enough. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave us a comment so I know how I'm doing. And somewhere up here there'll be some links to related playlists. Thanks again.